Alright, today I'm going to show you blending options. Now, blending options, if you don't know what that is, you need to listen up because it really helps images look a lot better. And it's a lot of options. A lot of people use it, so I'm just going to... Darn it. I'm going to move this, just center it. Now I don't care. To do blending options, I think this is CC, Photoshop CC version. The only way I know how to do it is going to blending, right-clicking, and going to blending options. Now, if I just move this away here, this gives you a lot of options you can do. Bevel Emboss kind of gives it that little thing right there. So if you look down there, kind of makes it like it's almost like a little block. I don't know how you would say it. And you can change the shading of it to the way it's kind of shown. So I can make it from the side here, so that's right there. And you can change the gloss, which if we do this, if you watch on there, it kind of changes the way the shapes are facing. And then the soften is just the way kind of changes, almost like a shadow or something. And then the size is, yeah, so you don't want to have it too big. And you can have an inner bevel, outer bevel, and all of those. And then you can have it with those, but I don't really know what those do. And then stroke, stroke is something you want to do. Now up here, when you don't have a stroke on, you can't really tell that there's anything there. But when you put stroke on, you can see something there, and I'm not going to really show you, but the easiest way to get, if you want to have this stroked, to get rid of this line so it's not there, is you can't see anything there, but even since there obviously is something there, go to, you can do this little thing and select this area where the stroke is, and then just delete the area, and it should get rid of that line. But you can select your stroke, so black kind of looks bad. Let's change it to like a light purple. Now the stroke line right there you can see is a little bumpy, so you can kind of change the opacity, and it helps a little bit. And then the size of it will often help it kind of look more smoother. And if you go like upsize for a logo like this, you can get rid of this, so this won't be here. But basically, it's almost like a background kind of, and it gives it a cool effect. I haven't used it, but you can position it outside and the inside, which is inside of the area you're selecting, or center it, which is just ugly. So let's turn that off. The inner shadow is you can change the opacity, distance, so you can goes inside there. This is you can't tell on that because it's like black, and you can change the angle of it, so you can have it like from the top, from the bottom, and it's basically inverted. So if I have it over here, it actually is on that side, but for the up and bottom, it's different. And you can change the choke, which makes it kind of like choppy, and then the size, which the further it gets in, it gets like blur. It's not like actual like solid black. And then the noise is like kind of almost like pixelates the shadow. The inner glow is almost like an inner shadow, but it's for a glow. And if you go to normal up here, I always have it on screen. There it is. And then you can have it on gradients or just a solid color. And the opacity for the size, yeah. You can see it's the glow. Satin just puts like a fade over it. Not too much to learn about that. Cover overlay. Now this, you can do a lot of things with a gradient overlay, a color overlay, and the pattern overlay. You can do a lot of things with these. Basically only show you with one. You can either have a color gradient or pattern overlay. You cannot have 3 or more on the same thing. So if I have a gradient overlay, it's not going to show. If I take this off, it shows. Now, I made my friend Computer Reader. I don't know if you know him, but on his channel he has a little his channel art. I think it's gonna be changed soon. So if you haven't seen it, then you haven't seen it. But I have a gradient. So if you go to your gradient, and you can make a custom gradient right here. You choose your colors, and then it will affect this. And it would be the first one up here. And if I make it go to the side like this, like that. Now go to the blend mode and color, and that actually I don't know what the color does right there. But if you have it on normal, and then you just go to the actual blending options up here, you can change the blend mode, and this changes, I think, all of the options. Go to color. Oops. Maybe it's not this. Maybe it's not. Maybe it is the color in here. It's just different for the white thing. It gives it... Oh yeah, you can tell it right there. So if I change the opacity down, it's covering over this part right here. So those are the same. Outer glow is the same thing as inner glow, but it's on the outside. So spread, you can see it spreads out there. I personally don't use an outer glow that much. I usually only use the inner glow. And then drop shadow is basically, instead of it calling an outer shadow, it's just a drop shadow, but it's basically, you can call it an outer shadow. It's the same thing, but it's for the outside. So basically, how I made it go inside, when I do this, it just goes on the outside. And then there's a little preview over here. You can change the preview for this, and it only shows you what the object will look like in here. But preview is always good, so you can actually see your object. For new style, that's basically if you're making a new preset. New style is actually just to save it. I haven't done that, so I'm not an expert on it. But once you're done, just click OK. And then you'll see this FX thing up here. Now, if I go down here and duplicate this. Oh wait, what did I just do? Control C. I forgot how to duplicate it. Yeah. Basically, if I have blending options up here, if I don't have it on a second layer, just say OK. Why do I still have blending options? That's weird. There's nothing. That must be a bug. There's nothing on there. Well, to drag you can drag layer styles onto other layers. Oh yeah. But when you drag it, it takes it off of the other layer. Now you can press this drop down to see the layer, drop down button to see the layers. But you can also right click and then copy layer style and then paste the layer style. So it goes on both of them. And that's all for the blending options. And I'll see you guys next time.